Everybody, how's it going? I start off my day one way, and then everything else happens. The plumbers got done yesterday, but they were so loud, sawing and drilling and cutting those pipes that I couldn't have done a video if I wanted. And then also I'm having a hard time connecting with my people. The readings I have in the morning. Usually people are waiting by the phone and they answer. Can you believe today all three of my people forgot. So it's like, whoa. I used to have a reminder on Wix, but Wix kept saying 30-minute reading, and a lot of people had a 60-minute reading, so they'd write me anyway. Oh my God, they're saying 30, I had a 60 anyway. Okay, so, but I have to reschedule, and then I go in later in the day. I have to reschedule the people from the day before to the next day. So, okay, you guys. Anyway, I had it, my light on my tripod finally went out. I've dropped this tripod so much, so I'll have to order another one. But I hope you can see me. I want to tell you that I had a dream last night. And then when I woke up in the morning, I got a date. My dream last night is I was running around and I don't know who I was reading for. I was reading for someone, and we were sitting on a couch. And when I got up, I went to do something. And when I came back, I saw one of my cards laying there. I was like, oh, thank God I came back. And, and when I came back and picked up the card, and very grateful that I saw it because it messes up the whole readings if you don't have all the cards. I saw it was a Six of Swords. I don't know if I can see it right now. And it just happened to be that MaryAnne on Revealing Light was talking about the Six of Swords. And I totally agree with her. There's two cards. There's the Seven of Swords and there's the Six of Swords. And what it is the Six of Swords is like coming over finally in calm waters. So you've done the battle, you've gone through the strife, and you're coming back to calmer waters. So this too shall pass, if you know what I'm saying. It's like if I see it for people that are going through a lot of stress, I tell them, don't worry. And then this card too, the Seven of Swords. That's picking up your stuff off the battlefield and heading out. Grabbing your stuff and then getting out. But this isn't the card that showed, but that's what the swords means to me. Anyway, in my dream, this was the card. And listen to MaryAnne on Revealing Light. Very good interpretation. And I do feel that we are going to be okay. So then I wake up. You know how you wake up and it's like a bad dream? Like, what's going on? And I'm kind of telling my guides, I just hope I'm giving everybody, because remember they always acted like, yeah, this is big. And I predicted a virus was coming from the Orient, I even said. But it was like, yeah, this is huge, but actually it's good. It's almost like it's a new beginning. It's like we're clearing things out. As we speak right now, the stock market is back to what it was when Trump took office. And which is a wonderful thing. Anyway, but I don't want you guys to worry about stock. But here's the deal. A lot of people are off work. A lot of people can't go to work. So I laid there and I started thinking about the families and what do I tell people? And what's really strange was for a while, every time I read on this economy and the virus, I kept getting the mother card, sitting with the children in her arms. I think it's the Empress card. I just kept getting it. And then I heard as clear as day when I was laying there, as clear as day. I heard Mother's Day. This is the Empress. And this is the card that always showed us the outcome. But it was like, sometimes people call it Mother Russia. But it's Mother's Day. Mother's Day. So I will tell you, this thing isn't for 18 months or next summer. It's Mother's Day. Mother's Day, we should see either we're beginning to go down or we're down and we're finally going in forward motion on Mother's Day. That's what my guys told me. Let's go ahead and just toss real quick and ask about Mother's Day. What's the matter, boobies? Hi. You can't get in? Sorry. My dog's out there trying to get in. I don't know what's stopping it. Hold on. As soon as I put the camera on pause, in he walks. I don't know what he was doing. Okay, so let's check it out, you guys. Now, I also got some hits on Trump. He's just thinking about himself. He wants that $1,000 payment to everybody because then he'll look like the good guy. Okay, so. And he's throwing everything he can into it. He is more worried about not getting reelected and about the stock market. And it's so free-falling, there's not a thing he can do. So he's realized, instead of calling it fake news, you're going to have to act like you care. And then when you're acting like you care and creating more well-being, then it'll start going, because it will go back up. But not as fast as he thought. But it will go back up. And the other thing is the UK, the pound dropped. It was like $1.35 the other day. Because I think it was like $1.20 when I went to the sterling silver pound. When I went to Ireland, it was like $1.20 something. And now it's like $1.10 or something. It dropped. So crude oil dropped 23%. So I don't know if you guys seen it at the gas pump. I haven't. Okay, so tell me about what you told me. So we're going to get through this. And before I went to sleep last night, I kind of asked if I could get a sign or something. And that was the sign. It was the Six of Swords. So they want me to know, although it's difficult, it's going to get better. Okay. Tell me what I can tell everybody. Tell me what I can tell everybody. What's going to happen? Can you hear my dog eating? Now he decides to eat. Eats my boy. He's very picky. I don't know why. The other one, she'll eat anything. She takes after me. I did get to See's Candy yesterday and picked up some candy. And it's a good thing I did because now we're on lockdown. And that means they'll be closed. Because I even told them, do you think you guys are going to close? She said, probably. I said, you know, you guys are right up there with the fire department and the police department. Closing See's Candy? Where's our comfort food? So anyway, enough of that. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And listen, if you get a chance, go to Cash Peters. He did a very interesting video today. And he's hella funny, too. I like because he moves. You know what I'm saying? He's not... Even I have those moments that I'm, like, trying to see what I'm... He's, like, on it. I think he prepares, like me. I just sit down and say, okay, what am I going to talk about? Okay, so, definitely... There are some hazards, like there are some people that are trying to regroup and do things. But this, energetically, I'm going to tell you, and with a new president coming in, we're never going to go through something like this again. Even if we do, we have systems in place. You know, because honest to God, Trump canceled all their stuff, all their abilities. Plus, he kept it on hold. But I'm not seeing Armageddon, you guys. But you know, the guides don't look at death as horrible. And also, you know, the children aren't crossing. There is a 21-year-old Spanish soccer player, but he had leukemia. But, and I think like children's hospitals and stuff are really making sure the kids are taken care of. But justice will be served. You know, a lot of this is about justice. By justice, do you think the other side has been listening to our angst and our screams for help us, get us out of here, and this was the position they had to take? they had to create something to where justice will be served because he's getting paid. I'm telling you, he wants to be thought of as king for a day, but his voice is getting weaker. So, okay, so tell me what I can tell. So the Senate, by the way, just passed the coronavirus bill. So I guess people will be getting a check. I guess they said based on your income and stuff. So I don't know what that's about. Okay, now, justice will be served. Now, people are telling me that this virus was a plant, and I even kind of thought, I bet you it was a plant. But somebody's energetically higher than me is telling me, no, it's not a plant, Linda. It was an accident. So I just want to look at the accident. Tell me about, and this is the other thing I picked up, and I was telling a client this morning. I'm picking up, because the economy has been struggling, I'm picking up that, do you remember, well, a lot of you were too young, and I was too young, but Roosevelt, he created the New Deal. He gathered up people to work on the roads, to work on the bridges. He did a really good job of taking care of people. So, and people were learning, like, not everybody had to have a 4-year college. People had something. They had something that they could go out and give. So, tell me, was this a plant? They're telling me no. It feels like it was an accident. So I think they had this virus somewhere. Of course, they're not going to admit they accidentally. It was an accident. We may even have a movie that's about this particular thing. Eventually, we're going to figure out or find out what happened. Tell me what I can tell everybody about this virus. Yeah, they're keeping it. Somebody was working on something that wasn't any good, but it was an accident. It was an accident. I don't think it was eating animals. I think it was, or they made this thing from an animal, but it shows it was an accident. So of course it caused a lot of death. It caused a lot of strife. And I don't even feel like our death toll will be as high as Italy and stuff, which is weird. I'm just going to say it out loud, because if I don't say it, I wish I had. So let's take a look what he's thinking. As our friend in Australia calls him the Yeti. Lena. She says, let's see what the Yeti. Let me see. Tell me about what the Yeti is thinking. Yeti, how are you doing? He feels so serious and he's acting human, which is so weird. And somebody made a point to me, and I think it was a very good point. He's a juggler. He's someone that likes to act like he's somebody else. Like his whole hate stuff is all put on. Yeah, he's evil, but he does a lot of that going to the crowd thing to get attention. And now this is so serious, he can't go on as the Joker anymore. He has to come on serious, which you don't see too much. That's probably how he walked into each bankruptcy court. You know, he acted serious. There he is. He shows up. Yeah, they're throwing out money. It's not good for him in the end. He knows Biden's running against him, I think. Obviously, Biden is running based on everything that's going on. And I do see, Trump said, oh yeah, the Dems are trying to act nice to Bernie now. But I've known that Biden was going to be nice to Bernie and have him help him and work within the administration. I've seen it. I see him. I see Elizabeth Warren. It is as prophesied, you guys. And he's not sick. I hate to tell you that. He's not sick. I've never seen it. I don't see it. He's not sick. I've been telling you that till I'm blue in the face. People say, oh no, he lied. You know, maybe he's got Satan's ability to stay stay healthy. I don't know. Or maybe he sold his soul and they're over there helping him keep things. Okay, you guys. So we read on Trump. I just want to look at Pence. Doesn't look so good. Did you guys notice that? Okay. Pence. Yeah. So now that we're all off for a couple of weeks, I should be able to do a lot more videos. I won't have them long. They'll be like Peter's does, 5 minutes on something. But his end up being longer, probably 20 minutes. But just, in and out. Let's check it out. Oh, and I'm going to be reading with Whimsy. And I think it's next week. I have to look at my calendar. At my schedule. I have to look at my schedule. Tell me about what's going on with Pence. He doesn't look so good. Trump really doesn't want to run against Biden. And Trump really wants him to come up with a bunch of bull on Biden's son. But it's not going to work. Part of the reason that Biden is winning so much is people were pissed off what he did with the son. I really saw that, okay? Okay. Tell me what I can tell everybody. What's going on with Pence? He thinks they're doing a good job. He thinks they're doing a good job. So no, he's not sick. He's very happy that the president is allowing them to go forward. He's very happy that Congress and the Senate, did you hear what McConnell said? Just gag and vote. Because they all think, I saw there was somebody on CNBC saying, no, you can't give it to the people. You have to give it to the companies and then let them trickle it down, just like they did. The president before Roosevelt, if you ever saw Ken Burns about the Depression, he gave all the United States money to the owners of the land and said, take care of the people coming in to pick grapes and work in the fields. A lot of people from Oklahoma and stuff. And then what they did is they took the money and gave them hardly anything. They lived in squalor. They were more poor than they ever were. And that trickle down did not work because even the airports or the airlines, they used a lot of their money to buy back stock. What is the name of them? They're the coffee. Starbucks is buying back stocks. It's like, you know what, dude? You need to pay your employees. You need to help people with their days off. It's weird. Anyway, but the money situation is going to end up tight, but it's not going to be horrible, horrible, horrible. It's going to be, we're going to work our way back up, but slowly, not like boom, boom. People are going to be more careful. The United States of America is going to be this is a whole new world. It's a new beginning. It's going to be energetically. In fact, we'll probably go to voting by mail. I just feel like we're going to take care of business. And if it's Biden that's coming in, which I feel it is, now I'm going to tell you something. I was talking with my good friend last night. Her and I bounce off each other. And she told me, I told her, I said, and I didn't tell you guys on this thing, and, she's my witness, but she said, do you remember, Linda, when you said, it's weird when Trump is going down, it's weird, it's caused by, I always saw money, but it was weird factors. Well, probably this virus, it's sort of like, was that in anybody's, except for the fact that I announced on August 17th or 19th, that a virus was coming in. I didn't amplify it. I didn't say, and boy, is it going to affect us. I just said it because my guides do that. They'll say, yeah, tell them. Like they told me, tell everybody about the earthquake coming. Okay, so I tell you, so there was a good sized one in Utah. But that's not the one I saw. The one I saw is more towards the north. Utah is to the east of me. So, the one I saw is more towards the north. So I'm in Northern California. So you can take it from there. Oregon, Washington, Alaska, or even in Canada. So, and then I guess the Hake family, they're out of the woods. They got released from the hospital. But anyway, so her and I were talking, And I felt like, I never saw Trump. I had the vision of Trump in a coffin, but I've often believed that seeing him in a coffin, I could be wrong, meant that all of us will see the demise of him. Because even when he comes out of office, I don't see him, being able to hang around much. But I'm wondering if Biden was the one, because I feel like Biden, he'll get into office, but I'm not feeling more than 4 years. So I don't know what's going to happen with Biden. He could go in, he's so overwhelmed with all this stuff. Obama was young, and Obama, as you could see, aged like crazy, because this was a lot to put on any president's plate. I'm just going to give that FYI. You guys remember that I said this, but I'm feeling like energetically like it could cause health concerns for Biden. I mean, he's, they're all old, so pretty soon, listen, we're not going to have these geriatrics in the Congress and in the Senate anymore. We're going to start voting for term limits and all this stuff, where you can only go so long. Okay, because we need fresh blood in there. Okay, so I asked about Biden, I asked about Pence. I want to tell you guys that Angel Heart for You, I'm going to put their link below. They wanted me to tell everybody they're having a special. And, sage is very good for cleaning germs. And they said if you call them, and I'm going to post their number, they'll pop it for it's not very expensive, the sage. And they have intentional candles that a lot of people, they sell out of these a lot. These candles work, and I don't know why. It could just be that you're sitting there looking at the candle, wanting to do an intention. But it's got different intentions, and you sit, you light it, and you do your intention. And they've gotten a lot of good feedback on that. So, okay. I know that I told you about the fountain they have. Some of you guys sent coins, and I did. Even if I wasn't able to let you know that I did throw it in with your intention. Okay, so I gave the news on Angel Heart. I'm going to give you guys the link. I did open up some time because I'm not doing the Benicia event for this weekend, as well as with Angel Heart. So you either go through me or Angel Heart. Okay? And I don't want you guys to be scared. Honest to God, I hate to say it, but I almost think like Trump, that thing he said about poof, it's just causing more of a panic. And it's good for us not to watch the news, because the news is feeding on this. But it's not Armageddon. This is what they've told me. It's not Armageddon, at least in my United States of America. It's not Armageddon, but I feel like it's going to, but they'll still work on something for us to take so we don't have this again. That I saw. The other thing I saw, which I might have told you a while ago, I was reading a woman with Alzheimer's, and her father came in, and he wanted her to know that they were going to come up with 2 pills that keep it from getting worse than it already is. So as soon as you're diagnosed, start taking the pill. And the one test you can do, if you got a parent and you're not quite sure, like, okay, what's going on, draw a circle, and have them put the big hand and the little hand. Say, show me 3 o'clock, show me 4 o'clock. Anyway, apparently, if you have Alzheimer's, you can't do that. Okay? That's one of the signs. But anyway, so I saw this pill coming in, and it's going to take a couple of years, but, time-wise, they're not very good over there, or I'm not very good at being able to read, except that Mother's Day hit that I got. So, I talked to a patient. I talked to a client the other day, and she said her husband was taking one of those pills, or she knew someone that was taking one of the pills, and it was working, and then the FDA pulled it off the market. So it's probably had deaths with it. That's when they do it. And I told her, mark my words, they're going to have something. It'll be too late for some people, but they will have something. I don't see an absolute cure at this time, but I see a pill that'll prevent you from getting worse, so you can still function. Because I'll tell you, I worked in a clinic at one point in time with doctors who do Social Security, disability, and mostly they say no. The Social Security, even with cancer, grade 4 cancer, they say no. But my brother-in-law, who had Alzheimer's at age 50, they said yes right away. They don't mess with Alzheimer's because they know, what are you going to do? Where are you going to work? If you got cancer, at least you can drag your happy ass in and work at a desk. So, okay. So that's it, you guys. Right now, I will be back. I'm going to do a couple of those spontaneous readings with folks with their loved ones, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay? Take care. God bless. And I should be able to read again tomorrow, but don't count on it. Latest would be Friday. Ciao.